Happy holidays. This is being recorded on December 24th. So I wanted to be a little festive, throw some red on, and just tell you guys some good news. First and foremost, the copyright strike on my channel has been lifted. The live reactions that were taken down have been reinstated. And because I know Shueisha is watching this, I beat your ass for the third time. So bring it. That aside, Jump Festa did happen this past weekend, and despite the bi-weekly devil haunting us and not giving us a chapter this week, let's go ahead and turn that negative and spin it into a positive, because Fujimoto did reveal the very first page from chapter 188, and I'm kind of disappointed, but I can see some people be excited as well. So we'll talk about that in a second, because first and foremost, I want to talk on how we got a first real trailer for the Chainsaw Man Reze movie that's dropping in 2025. It looks incredible. I actually can't believe how good it looks, and there's a lot of things to discuss here within the animation, within what people are thinking about it, and this release date. Now, I mentioned earlier that they have a release date of 2025. That's not a lot to give us. More importantly, I think when it comes to marketing or any theatrical release, right, leading up to it, within 3 months, within a 6-month time span. So I would have liked for this Reze movie to drop in the spring, for us to get it, you know, a couple months later, internationally, worldwide. But I think because they just gave a very loose date of 2025, now I'm thinking this movie might come out till the very end of summer, even into fall. And if it comes around that time window, I really am apprehensive into saying this. But if it indeed does come out around that time, then I think we might get it early 2026. I know, it's horrible to think about. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope it comes out in the spring and we get it in the summer, but we'll have to wait and see. I love how the trailer kicks off with Reze asking Denji, are you a town mouse or a country mouse? And that is some subtle foreshadowing for people who have read the source material, of course, and how that tale of the town mouse and the country mouse is really expanded amongst every character in that particular arc, and how that trickles into even the following arcs. But without diving too much into the nitty and gritty of it all, what is one of the big things that we've seen here? The animation. I think it looks fantastic. There's a lot of back and forth discourse among the community about this. It seems like it's overwhelmingly positive, but there's a lot of people out there who would still defend the animation style from part 1, myself included. And I truly believe the anime director should not have gotten the flack that they received. Whether this was done intentionally to be bold and just show what Chainsaw Man could be in this style, or it was just paying homage to Fujimoto's and his love for Western films and just like cinema. Myself and many other people think the animation from the first season looks great. But let me go ahead and read the poll that I posted up yesterday, where I asked you guys, do you prefer Chainsaw Man's new or old art style, with an whopping 83% saying new and 17% saying old. Reading some of the comments here, Moneyman90 says, just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with the old art style. I never understood the backlash the season 1 director got. I was very satisfied with how the characters turned out to be. So no, the old art style wasn't bad. It's just the new art style being too perfect. And to that, I say, well said. Yes, I actually agree. Some of you guys also said, I love the old one, but the new one legit feels like the manga animated, fully animated, proper Chainsaw Man style. Both are amazing, and I'm really happy with this new one. I think this is an excellent comment. And despite the decisiveness from the season 1 anime, I think a lot of people are definitely on board with how this one looks, because yeah, the colors don't look as muted. Things do look a bit more colorful, and even when you just look at the character side by side, there's been a lot of Makima stuff. I'll probably get showed on screen. You can see here, yeah, her hair looks more red. The animation looks slightly different, but it looks more catered to what the original source material was doing and adapting. So to see that come to life now within the Reze movie, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't see why they would change it for season 2 and onwards. If we carry on with this animation style, then I think Chainsaw Man is going to be in a good spot. Now, before we get into Chainsaw Man chapter 188, I just found out that the top 10 most read chapters on Manga Plus, coming in at number 1, is Chainsaw Man chapter 167, titled Super Smooch. Now, if we can remember what happened back in June of 2024, lo and behold, Who would have thought that this chapter would have been one of the most talked about chapters within just Chainsaw Man, within the anime fandom? And I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but when you think about it, the most read chapter, this has to be because of the sensationalism, right? And I don't even think when Fujimoto drew that chapter that he was trying to be edgy. It just that, well, he did it for the sake of the narrative. I don't think he was going to aim for something grandiose as the discourse around that chapter specifically have received. But, you know, all I can say is, number one, what are you guys doing? Come on. Now, let's go ahead and talk about chapter 188, where we got one single panel, which revealed a lot of information for us. We see Denji throwing up what seems to be someone coming out. It's a person. Who can it be? Could it be Makima? Could it be Yoshida? Given off what the title is called, Octopus War and Chainsaw, it looks like it's gonna be Yoshida. And you know, I said in the previous video that yes, this is why it's most likely Yoshida because of XYZ. But I really liked what Suffren said in his video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. But he was basically talking about how in chapter 84, he didn't explicitly say in chapter 84, but in chapter 84 of Chainsaw Man, Makima talks to Kishibe about how some of these things that were forgotten from the world, like World War II and Nazis and nuclear weapons, right? Like, it's kind of hard for her to remember those things, or she remembers them, but she herself is having a hard time to remember like these 4 agents of death that Chainsaw Man consumed along time ago. And what Sufferance was kind of alluding to is that Pochita, similar to the ways that the Tank and the Gun Devil are like these branches and deviations of war, what if Pochita is some deviation of death itself? And then just knowing what if Pochita consumed the other variants of death, and one of the things that it was going to vomit out in this specific chapter could have been one of those agents. But right here, it looks like we're going to see Yoshida, Octopus War, and Chainsaw. How is Yoshida going to help out? What is the connection that we're finally going to see? And again, pats on back for people who figured this out way back in chapter volume 17. Yoshida was walking alone in this forest. Could it have been the Aging Devil's dimensional world? And how is Yoshida going to help Denji in the Aging Devil world to help out Pochita in the real world? So lots of exciting and juicy stuff to discover when we get to that next week. Unfortunately, next Tuesday is New Year's Eve and I am a DJ, so I may not be around to do that video. If I do, it's a quick little thing. So that's why I wanted to get this video out. But guys, let me know your thoughts on the Reze movie, the animation style, and how do we feel about Denji barfing Yoshida out? That sounded a little weird to say, but with that, happy holidays. I hope you guys have a great day. And with that, I'll see you soon. Bye.